So our crew's coming in, but they've lost power and they are now at the mercy of Boynton. You can hear them trying to crank it right there, but they are not getting anywhere. Fortunately, the current and the wind are at least blowing them toward the boat dock, but there's boats at the dock and there's rocks all around over here. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here at Boynton Beach, and we probably should have seen this one coming several hours ago. As this crew, when they were leaving earlier, it took them quite some time to get this vessel started. It just did not want to start at all for them, but eventually it caught and they left. But this is the scene as they're coming back now, as it appears we grabbed an oar of some kind and we're going to try and paddle our way over. So there's a boat on the dock next to them. I mean, they're disabled. If I was on that boat, I'd probably toss them a line and pull them over, try and give them a hand of some kind. But the crew on the boat's completely uninterested in anything to do with them. They've kind of just ignored them sitting there. And now their boat's even kicking off the dock. I mean, right here, go for the grab on their boat, pull over to the dock. No, he's like oaring off of it, kicking water into the other guy's boat. Just grab the boat and walk it around, bro. And again, the people in this boat are just ignoring the fact that these guys are here. So they're pushing off. You can see the wind and the flag. It really wants to push these guys toward the dock. I mean, I feel like we're making this more difficult than it needs to be. If I just grab my hands, put it on their motor, I could likely just push myself over. But nope, these guys are going to push this boat back into the dock. And they're going to push off going away from the dock. I'd have tied right alongside this boat or tried to get somebody to help me get around them to the other side. But no, we're back at it with the oar. But they are not getting anywhere. The wind, as you can see, is just blowing too much. And they're going right back into this boat again. And still, yet again, this crew, I can't believe this crew's just ignoring this is happening. Unbelievable. So we finally decided we're not getting anywhere with this oar. And man overboard into the water. We're going to walk this thing onto the dock. Where are they going? So, I think he's going to the other courtesy dock. There's another dock to the right-hand side over here that people use to fish off of. But he's, going to go over a bunch of rocks here in a minute. You're going to see there's a huge amount of rocks. So, right now, he's shoulder deep in the water, but he's about to not be. As we can see as he climbs up here. But I don't know why he would go to this dock. You can't pull out from over there, bro. You're going to have to get this boat back to the other side. I mean, I'd have just held it right beside the ramp, on the side of the ramp at least. But no, this crew, we're going to try and do things the hard way, which has kind of been their pace so far. So our guy, it looks like he's going to swim it over to this dock. How he finds himself between the dock and the boat. There's no real cleats or anything over there, so they're going to have to tie off on the poles. This dock's not really designed for a boat to come up to. Probably can come up on the other side. As you can see, the wooden pylons are there to where you can tie off on those. But with the rocks that are in the way on this side, it's really not designed on this side for you to come up. And here we can see now he's trying to climb in the stern of the vessel. And now, hang on, he's pushing off, the stern's kicking out. He's got to try and grab and pull it back over. again, what a mess. I feel bad for these guys. I mean, anytime somebody's disabled anywhere on the water, boat ramp, whatever, you feel bad for them. But again, I watched them struggle for 20 minutes to get this thing started before they left. And with that, that was your sign. Probably not to go out for the day, but at least they made it back. So I shouldn't say too much more beyond that. 'Cause, I mean, they are here, but kind of here anyway. And I think our guy's going back into the water again. I mean, now's the time for the oar, bro. Go ahead and bust that back out. I'm still dumbfounded that we even left the other side. I mean, they're going to have to get this boat back over to the other side when it's time to pull it out anyway. So I'm just not sure how we wound up over here. So at least we're getting some lines now, but again, our guy's back in the water. He's gonna have to climb back up this one more time. But we're not done yet, because no matter what here, they've got to get this boat back to the other side. Alright, so one of our guys has left to go get a trailer, and here we go. We're going back to the other side with this thing. But again, you can see they're trying to climb over the mound of rocks that's under the water here. And this will give you an example of how shallow it kind of is right around these rocks. So if you ever hear us yelling at people kind of when they're coming over into this area, because we know the rocks are there, but at a higher tide like this, you just can't see them. So our guy's starting to pull it back over, but again, I was still confused why they stayed on the other side to begin with. I mean, right here on the right-hand side of this dock, somebody could have just stood there and pulled the boat and waited for them to get a trailer. If you're broke down, somebody around the dock's going to understand. I don't think anybody's going to give you too hard of a time if you're looking like, hey man, I'm actually broke down. Can you just let me grab this? Somebody should help you out. But as we've seen here, nobody's wanted to give this crew a hand for some reason. They've been on there. Oh, I'm lying. Here we go. Somebody's finally going to grab a line and give this crew a hand. And that's the first hand they've received since they've been down here, which is just kind of wild. But that final hand will actually get them over here to the dock. And now when they can get the trailer back down, they can finally get this thing pulled out and try and get out of here. And speaking of getting out of here, we're going to get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, Man and Machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.